I went to sneaking into funerals, acting like I knew the person that died because I wanted to buy the soul of that person that died because I can get that soul and put it on somebody and die the same way. When drug dealers got killed in the street, I wanted to run out and get the blood because I can use that human blood to do witchcraft and natural. So I will leave my body home and astral project myself into different boroughs, different regions, different states, different countries. And as I fly to the neighborhood, I would speak curses into the neighborhood, speak things that I wanted to happen into the neighborhood. Sometimes I will go into neighborhoods and I see this group of people in the spirit in the corner praying, holding hands, heads bowed, praying up a storm. And there was no accomplishment in that neighborhood. That neighborhood was sanctified, blessed through prayer. You couldn't touch it. But the other neighborhoods, it was party time. But I was committed to the dark side. I was committed to the demons. I was committed to the devil. And I was betwixt two worlds. And he said,
"You belong to me, and you're not gonna leave. You know too many secrets about my religion."
And when he went to grab me, to snuff me, this 3-foot cross appeared in my hands. I couldn't understand how a cross would appear in my hand. I never called for the cross. I put it on the devil. And he felt like nothing. He felt like he was a baby. No powers at the foot of the cross.
When John woke up, he was a changed man.
And I knew that Jesus was the Lord. I bent my knee to the cross. And Jesus came into my life. I took a white piece of paper and I wrote down a servant, a slave of Jesus Christ. I serve you all the days of my life.
John threw out all of his witchcraft paraphernalia.
This is how it works. See, these statues here, this here don't mean nothing, but it's the demon behind it. So in order for me to identify to this has to be created because I can't identify to a spirit. I can't identify just because the spirit, we don't have nothing in common. I'm humanity. A spirit is immortality. A spirit is a spirit. I can't relate to it. So in order for me to relate to it, he has to put this guy in the middle so I can relate to it because he's human form. He looks like a human being. There's a story behind this guy, so now I can relate to him. So the demon operates to him. You understand? Same thing with these guys. And then they give themselves names and days and birthdays. They say these are how the American Indians get caught up with demonic forces and they get caught up into the occult. These are the entrapment of the Native American Indians. But those are statues that the people that use to camouflage the demonic ways and demonic religion. There's nothing here that is holy. There's nothing here. The only thing is their mind. I put witchcraft on people, make people get diseases out of nowhere. I put witchcraft on people, make people get leprosy. I put witchcraft on people, make people get cancer. I mean, I did witchcraft to people. I gave people miscarriages. I gave people abortions. I put people in hospital for surgeries that didn't even have to go surgeries. I did witchcraft so people can lose their minds. I put spirits of bipolar, schizophrenia. I put spirits of disease on people. I put suicide spirits on people. I'd be up all night long praying and talking to the devil. When Christians can't even go to church for 1 hour. When Christians can't even pray for 1 hour. The spirit realm is more real than the natural realm. And we fail to see that. And whatever is not covered with Jesus Christ is an easy target to bring down. Like the atheists, I can kill them easily. They were easy to kill. The Jehovah's Witnesses were easy to destroy. Moment later, it was easy to destroy. The people that will walk around and say we don't believe in the devil, they were easy to destroy because they will not seek any spiritual help. I remember the time that Nikki Cruz group came into my neighborhood, and it's called Truce. They would come and do drive-bys in my neighborhood. They would do like worship, and then they would preach a word and go to another corner and do the same thing. And I came after this group to try to bring them down, this group. And they were young kids. They were like 18, 17, 16, 20. I mean, so I said, how dare they play this junk, this filthy music in my neighborhood, today we call worship. This filthy music in my neighborhood. I'm going to go after them. I'm going to destroy these kids. So when I went up to where they were at, there was a wall of fire around them. I couldn't penetrate and touch them. And there was something pushing me back. Every time I tried to throw demonic forces again, there was something that would just push me back. And I was able to touch these kids. In my neighborhood, they were terrified who I was. They said, if you mess with that guy, your family will die. If you mess with that guy, he don't need a gun. He'll kill your family in his sleep. My daddy was awesome. My daddy he knew he gave me powers beyond I could imagine. He gave me powers that people had fear me. The police had fear me. The securities in my neighborhood had fear me. People that knew that I was the devil's, they would call me the devil's son. I brought Christians to their knees, not to prayer, because they had no power. It wasn't because your God wasn't all powerful. Don't get me wrong. Because your God was all powerful, the vessel was weak. The vessel had no prayer life, the prayer had no fasting life, and they had no relationship with God. There was a form of godliness in the person, but no power. The person was weak. The person had nothing going. He had a Bible, he had the right suit on, she had the right dress on, but there was no connection with Jesus Christ. Because you was out of his will, you was out of his promises, and you was out of his divine purpose. And I had you, I own you, I had you as a slave. I broke you, I put witchcraft on you. I kept doing that to Christian after Christian after Christian, after families, after churches. I chased everything down that represented the cross of Jesus Christ. And the devil punished me, took my eyesight for 1 year. I was completely blind for 1 year, registered with the Commission of the Blind. I was completely blind. They was training me to use an eye-seeing dog. And they was training me to use one of these sticks that you use that you walk the streets with. My mother took care of me for 1 year. My eyes went black, and a mist of gray went over my eyes. I was completely blind. And when I gave my life back to the devil, after 7 surgeries, the devil gave me back my eyesight. And I could see again. And that was my punishment for taking 1 year off. I wanted to take off. The devil said, you want 1 year off? I'll give it to you. He took my eyesight. And that's the world I lived in. If you mess with the devil, he'll kill you, he'll kill your family. It was a fear that will grip you beyond measure, that you could not leave this religion. You could not leave Santeria, you could not leave Palamanyumbe, and you could not leave spiritualism. The doctors could not explain how I lost my eyesight. Meanwhile, Christians, and I was like, why Christians do bad, and Christians sometimes miss the mark, and the only thing that shows up in their house is grace and mercy. When you show up with the devil and you do something the devil don't like, he kills someone, he kill your family member. And I remember the devil warned this lady, she said, you can't be with that person no more. And she didn't care because she was in love with the person. The devil, demon possessed a homeless guy in the street. He took a hammer, hit her 17 times over her head, and killed her. You never imagine. I've never been on something this fast on earth. And it went into hell. And Jesus Christ took me to hell. And when I got to hell, the doors opened. I mean, there was a slam in the doors. There was an unspeakable echo. The doors opened. And there was heat that came out of nowhere. That I felt like you were going to suffocate, the heat that came out. And I ran in, I got out the train. And the people in the train, they had no faces. But you could see the fear on the people on the train. You could feel the fear, the impact of the fear, that they were going to a place that they were never going to return. And the place was packed. And then I tried, I said, I can't die here. I said, I can't die. This is not for me. I wasn't born to be in this place.